Hello and welcome back to the warmth. Big time. Temperature anomalies well above average across much of Canada, much of the United States, honestly. Even across the west until we get in towards portions of February 5th or 7th. Meteorologist Brian Ivy here for your Norcast Weather Snowplow News video. It's going to be really due to this super active jet stream just pouring across the Pacific Ocean, bringing in that warm air into the United States right here. So, yeah. Julian oscillation, one of the teleconnections, gets into its warm phases. The cold air just happens to get dumped into portions of Asia, and you just continue to see this pattern pushing in moisture into the west coast and plenty of warm air with this big ridge across much of the United States over the next 2 weeks. Shorter term, you got this system, you got fog, you got rain showers, that continues to push on through into portions of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. Could be a little slushy accumulation far northern Great Lakes. And then we do see a little snow develop across portions of Ontario and Quebec. That could be a stripe of a few inches as we go through portions of the end of this week. And then our next system moves in as we go into the middle portion of the weekend. This is a more of a thread the needle scenario. There's not going to be a ton of cold air on the northern side, but there could be a little stripe of snow, maybe into portions of the northeast as well as this system moves off towards the northeast. And again, just not much of an injection of cold air, but there could be some snow showers. Once that system moves out, hello boring weather. Finally a change. If you're tired of the last 3 weeks of activity with rain and snow, not much going on across really much of next week, across much of the nation. You got the Pacific air pushing on in, but there's not enough cold air. You don't see a ton of accumulation across portions of the east. You see a stripe of snow maybe develop if, again, we can thread the needle with that system here on the weekend. And then, yeah, there will definitely be a few inches with our end of the week system here across portions of Quebec, but that's really about it. We really flip things around. It's going to be very dry across much of the eastern half of the country, and that Pacific pattern, that atmospheric river, almost like the Pineapple Express, coming on in, bringing plenty of rain across portions of the west. So not a big surprise there. Temperatures are going to be fairly mild. This is Thursday night. Look at this injection, 65 degrees, Richmond. You're going to be well into the 40s and 50s into the Ohio Valley. There will be a shot of cold air back behind that as we go into the weekend with that one system. Not cold enough probably for too much in the way of accumulation, maybe a little bit of a slushy accumulation. Computer models overdo snowfall totals when you're in the lower to middle 30s or above. Plenty of mild air across portions of next week, except for well into New England and eastern Canada. And we stay pretty mild through the middle of the next week and for the next couple weeks. That'll change then by mid-February.
This is your Norcast Weather Update.